What if the safest place on Earth has existed for decades, and almost nobody knows where it is? Hidden beyond maps, protected by secrecy, one forgotten shelter was built for the day civilization would finally collapse. But if it was designed to save humanity, why was its existence buried so completely? Every locked door, every abandoned corridor, and every missing record points toward a truth far more disturbing than anyone expected. And the final discovery changes everything we thought we knew about survival.
The last human shelter on Earth nobody knows about. Deep beneath the forgotten landscape, hidden from the modern world, exists a place designed around one terrifying question. What happens when humanity loses the systems it depends on every single day? Far away from crowded cities and visible civilization, engineers, scientists, and survival experts have studied extreme environments where isolation, resource shortages, and environmental threats could determine whether people survive or disappear. But among these studies lies a lesser-known reality. Some of the most important shelters ever created are not famous underground cities or military facilities, but carefully engineered survival environments built for one purpose: keeping humans alive when the outside world becomes impossible to inhabit. The investigation begins with a simple mystery. Why were certain remote shelters constructed in locations that appear completely ordinary? Why were they placed far away from population centers, hidden beneath natural landscapes, or integrated into abandoned industrial areas? The answer is not mystery or speculation. It comes from decades of research into disaster preparedness, climate resilience, nuclear safety engineering, and long-term human survival. These locations were designed around principles most people never think about: stable temperatures, protected water sources, controlled air systems, energy independence, and the ability to function when normal infrastructure collapses. Many people misunderstand survival shelters as just underground rooms filled with supplies. In reality, the science behind them is far more complex. A true long-term shelter must solve problems that appear simple but become dangerous over time. How do you maintain breathable air without outside support? How do you prevent contamination? How do you manage waste, food production, and psychological stress in isolation? Engineers discovered that survival is not only about protection from danger. It is about creating a complete functioning ecosystem. Evidence from historical emergency facilities shows that the hardest challenge is rarely the initial disaster itself. The greatest threat comes afterward, when communication fails, transportation stops, and people must adapt to a world with limited resources. Hidden shelters reveal an important survival lesson. Preparation is not about predicting one specific catastrophe. It is about building systems strong enough to handle uncertainty. But the most surprising discovery is that some of these shelters were never created to save millions. They were designed around a smaller, more realistic goal: preserving knowledge, protecting essential skills, and giving humanity a chance to rebuild. And as researchers continue examining forgotten survival locations around the world, one question remains unanswered. Could one of these hidden shelters represent the final refuge capable of protecting human life when everything else fails? The search for the last human shelter leads investigators deeper into the engineering decisions that separate a simple bunker from a true survival system. A shelter capable of supporting human life for extended periods must overcome challenges that many people never consider. The walls, doors, and reinforced structures may protect against external threats, but survival depends on invisible systems working continuously behind the scenes. Air filtration, temperature regulation, water purification, and energy management become the real foundations of human endurance. Research into extreme environment habitats has shown that isolation creates its own dangers. In remote shelters, every resource becomes a calculation. A small mistake in water recycling, food storage, or power consumption can become a serious threat over time. Engineers studying polar stations, deep underground facilities, and disaster response environments have learned that survival depends on efficiency, not abundance. The most successful systems are designed to waste almost nothing. One of the biggest misunderstandings about hidden shelters is the belief that they are only built to protect people from immediate danger. The reality is different. Their true purpose is continuity. They preserve the ability to operate when normal society is disrupted. Some facilities contain communication equipment, scientific tools, medical resources, and stored information because the survival of humanity depends not only on keeping people alive, but also on keeping knowledge alive. Investigations into abandoned and forgotten facilities reveal another important lesson. A shelter can fail even if its structure remains intact. Without maintenance, technology slowly degrades. Filters become ineffective, mechanical parts wear down, and stored resources expire. This is why survival experts focus less on the existence of a shelter and more on whether it can remain functional when needed. The hidden science behind these places reveals a powerful truth. Survival is a balance between engineering and human behavior. A perfectly designed shelter can still fail if people cannot cooperate, manage resources, and adapt under pressure. Historical emergencies have repeatedly shown that decision-making, organization, and psychological resilience are just as important as physical protection. As researchers continue examining the world's most isolated survival environments, they uncover a pattern. The greatest shelters are not necessarily the largest or most expensive. They are the ones built around simple but critical principles: independence, reliability, and the ability to survive without outside assistance. Yet one mystery remains. If humanity has already developed technology capable of creating long-term survival environments, why do some of these locations remain almost completely unknown? The answer may be hidden in their very design, because the best survival systems are often the ones created to remain unnoticed until the moment they are truly needed. The investigation now moves beyond the physical structure of these hidden survival environments and into the question that determines their true value. Could they actually protect human life during a global-scale crisis? Experts studying disaster resilience understand that a shelter is not defined by how deep it is underground or how strong its walls are. Its real strength comes from its ability to operate independently when every connection to the outside world is lost. The first challenge is energy. Modern civilization depends on a constant supply of electricity, but isolated shelters must be prepared for situations where external power systems are unavailable. Engineers have developed backup approaches using multiple energy sources, storage systems, and carefully controlled consumption methods. The lesson from past emergencies is clear. A system that depends on only one solution is vulnerable. Survival requires redundancy. Water presents another hidden challenge. Humans can survive much longer without food than without clean water, making purification and storage one of the most critical elements of any long-term shelter. Studies from remote research stations and emergency facilities show that water security is not simply about having large reserves. It is about creating a cycle where water can be treated, reused, and protected from contamination. Food production creates an even greater engineering problem. Stored supplies can only last for a limited time, which is why some advanced survival concepts explore controlled agriculture, artificial growing environments, and methods for maintaining nutrition during isolation. These systems are not designed for comfort. They are designed around the basic biological requirements needed to keep humans alive. However, the biggest threat may not come from technology failure. It may come from human adaptation. Living in a restricted environment for months or years creates psychological pressure. Researchers studying isolated crews in submarines, polar stations, and space simulations have found that communication, routines, and social structure are essential survival tools. The evidence from these environments changes the way we view the idea of a final shelter. It is not simply a place where people hide from danger. It is a carefully balanced ecosystem where every decision affects survival. Every drop of water, every unit of energy, and every human interaction becomes part of a larger equation. But as investigators compare these survival systems with abandoned facilities around the world, another question begins to emerge. Some shelters were built with advanced knowledge, yet many were eventually forgotten, sealed, or left unused. The reason behind their disappearance reveals a deeper truth about survival. Creating a shelter is only the beginning. The real challenge is ensuring that someone will still know how to use it when the world outside no longer works. The final investigation reveals the most overlooked survival principle of all. A shelter is only as powerful as the knowledge and preparation behind it. Across history, humans have created impressive structures designed to withstand extreme conditions, but many failed not because of weak construction, but because of neglect, poor planning, or the loss of critical skills needed to operate them. Researchers examining forgotten survival facilities discovered that long-term survival depends on constant adaptation. A shelter built decades ago must continue evolving as technology changes and new environmental challenges appear. Air systems require maintenance, equipment requires replacement, and survival plans must be updated. Without this continuous effort, even the most advanced facility slowly becomes unusable. This discovery changes the way experts view humanity's last safe places. The greatest shelter is not a single location hidden beneath the earth. It is a combination of engineering, scientific knowledge, resource management, and human cooperation. The true protection comes from systems that can continue functioning when normal civilization is interrupted. Evidence from disaster responses around the world shows that communities with preparation, organization, and technical knowledge recover faster than those relying only on physical protection. A strong shelter can provide time, but knowledge provides the ability to rebuild. This is why many survival researchers focus on preserving information, training specialists, and maintaining practical skills alongside physical resources. The mystery surrounding these hidden shelters exists because their purpose is not to be visible. They are designed for a moment that may never arrive, yet their existence teaches humanity important lessons about vulnerability. Modern society often depends on complex networks that remain invisible until they stop working. Electricity, clean water, transportation, and communication appear permanent, but history shows they can become fragile under extreme pressure. The last human shelter on Earth may not be a single forgotten bunker waiting beneath the surface. It may represent a much larger idea: humanity's ability to prepare, adapt, and protect the knowledge required for survival. The greatest discovery is not finding a hidden door or a secret facility. It is understanding that survival begins long before disaster arrives. And somewhere in the world, behind reinforced walls and carefully designed systems, these lessons remain preserved, waiting as a reminder that the future of humanity may depend not only on where we hide, but on what we know when we emerge.